we look up to all these bigger artists, all these grown-ass men, and all they do is talk about popping pills and sipping codeine and all that shit, which is, you know what I'm saying? Ultimately, I guess it's a feeling, it's music. Niggas know what they get themselves into, but at the same time, it's like, we gotta be the strongest people to be like, okay, niggas is just using this for rhymes at this point. Let it just be that. Feel me? I'll be the first to say, I ain't sipping no lean, I ain't popping no pills, but I'ma still talk about it in music, maybe. Just because it's a feeling, like it's like a time where niggas, you feel me? I have done it before. So, you feel me? Just bringing up the past and what I've done before. It's not like I'm lying on what I'm doing or none of that. We just gonna use it strictly for a rhyme. Like, ain't none of that. Anybody watching, all that, like if y'all doing drugs, heavy drugs or whatever, anything, like, just stop.
Now, all it takes is for those pills to be laced just one time, and just like that, you're not alive anymore. And just like that, you got everyone you love in tears, confused and sad that you're not with them anymore. According to some stats, on average, 192 drug overdose deaths occur every single day. That number is way higher than I think it should be, but you heard what Trippie Redd said. That was a little rant he had on Instagram Live after the unfortunate passing of Juice WRLD. Let's just say it like it is, man. There's a whole bunch of people out there who hear their favorite rapper talking about pills and lean, thinking that's a normal way to live. This is especially true for a lot of young hip-hop fans. If you are over the age of 18, obviously this doesn't apply to you unless you're out of touch with reality, which if you are, don't feel bad, but at least hear me out for a second. Back in 2008, when I was 12, I started listening to this rapper called Lil Wayne. Now, Lil Wayne was the rapper that got me into hip-hop. After listening to Wayne, I officially fell in love with the genre. Back then, by the way, I was actually a Lil Wayne stan. Yes, the guy who's against stans used to be one. Call me a hypocrite, and I'm gonna agree with you. Now, what happened to the mind of Lil Blacky though? So, Lil Blacky thought that this codeine thing that Wayne was always talking about was normal. I honestly thought that everyone was on it, and I'd be lying if I told you that I didn't want to be like my idol Weezy F Baby, because at least in my eyes he was that guy. Luckily, it never got to the point where I tried it, and to keep it real, I'm very surprised that I didn't, considering the amount of times I listened to Wayne talking about sipping the purple drink. There's a whole bunch of young hip-hop fans out there though who will take that next step, all because they heard their favorite rapper talking about it. Juice WRLD himself was that little kid one time. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out this video.
When I heard Future, the first song I ever heard by Future was Ain't No Way Around It, and that shit had me wanting to sip lean at like 11, 12 years old, bro.
Now, in that interview with Adam22, as you could hear, Juice revealed that listening to the one and only Future made him curious enough to want to start sipping lean himself. It looks like the start of Juice WRLD's addiction was sparked by one of his favorite rappers, which, by the way, is something Future actually regrets. In an interview with Rolling Stone from earlier this year, Future talked about this. Last year, he joined up with the then teenage Chicago rapper Juice WRLD for a mixtape called World on Drugs. While working on it, Juice revealed that listening to Future's music inspired him to try lean as a child. That cut Future deep. When he told me that, I was like, oh shit, what the fuck have I done? It really bothered me. It bothered me a lot, more than I thought it would bother me when he told me that. I didn't think I'd care about that stuff. 4 years ago, I probably wouldn't have cared if he told me, oh, that was good, he was drinking. Now it's like, oh, how many other 6th graders did I influence to drink lean? He continues, I wasn't aware of that influence, but now I'm aware of how much it influenced. It's like, this really fucked me up for a minute. It's all I could think about. Like, damn, what have I done? What have I done to other people? What did I do to myself? This is Future acknowledging the negative impact he's had on his listeners because of how much he raps about hard drugs. And one of those listeners was obviously Juice WRLD, who's now gone. Imagine how guilty Future has to be feeling right now. And by the way, Future is the same person who just a couple years ago admitted to not being a drug addict, which came as a surprise to a lot of people because that's all he talks about in his music, right? In an interview with Genius, Future said something you might want to hear.
I didn't want to tell nobody I stopped drinking lean. I didn't want to because I felt like, damn, they're going to be like, oh, his music changed because he ain't drinking lean no more.
So Future was afraid of admitting to his fans that he wasn't drinking lean anymore because he thought that his fans would switch on him. Future was afraid that his fans were gonna say that he's changed all because he's getting clean from drugs. I mean, isn't that crazy? Future knows that people are attracted to the negative side of him, the destructive side of him, the side of him that condones abusing drugs because you're afraid to deal with the pain without medicating yourself. You know what the crazy thing about this is? He's not wrong for this. Do you know why I say that? Because Future is famous for a reason. He knows why people gravitate towards his music in the first place. A lot of hip-hop fans, especially the young ones, buy into every single thing their favorite rapper says and does. While you're listening to Future talking about medicating himself with pills and lean 24/7, you're stupid enough to live like the way you think he's living, because that's what it is. You don't know. You assume that Future is this drugged out man with no sense of reality, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Future has responsibilities, he has children he wants to see growing up. So what does Future do? He raps about this destructive lifestyle that he's living, supposedly, and strategically paints himself as a helpless drug addict because he knows that people are stupid enough to buy into what he's talking about. Future is in his $1 million mansion, not sipping on lean but smoothies, probably living a healthy lifestyle, while his fans are stupid enough to think that what he puts out is an accurate depiction of what his life actually looks like. I don't blame him, bro. I blame people for not taking responsibility of not realizing that at the end of the day, at the core, rap music is nothing but entertainment. That's why I can listen to Roddy Ricch 24/7 talking about pouring up that double cup filled with codeine and not actually want to try it. Meanwhile, there's a couple of other thousands of people in the world who listen to Roddy Ricch thinking that Roddy is dumb enough to be off the lean 24/7. No, you got it twisted, my guy. Stop buying into every damn thing these rappers say and be your own person. How hard can it be? If you're a young hip-hop fan though, I get it. A young mind is most of the time an impressionable mind. So to you guys, I understand. You think living like your favorite rapper is this cool thing, but nah bruh, it's not cool. You'll go from just trying these drugs to then getting hooked on them to then your family planning your funeral the next day. Is that what you want? Do you want to throw away your life for some drugs? Do you want to just become another statistic? Is that what you want? It's about time people start opening up their eyes, and especially young hip-hop fans, because like I said earlier in the video, I once was that 12-year-old kid bumping Wayne thinking that sipping lean was the cool thing to do. Some of you guys are playing with fire, and it's not until it's too late that you'll realize it. Salute to Trippie Redd for using his platform to talk about this, and I don't expect him to not ever rap about drugs in his music, so I'm not gonna call him a hypocrite like a lot of other people. I'm just happy that someone, especially in his position, is saying something, because let's keep it real. Like I said in my last video, hip-hop is going down a dark path, and whether you want to acknowledge it or not, that's on you. All I'm saying is stay away from the drugs, guys. Don't go near them. Just because your favorite rapper is glorifying it doesn't mean that you have to live like that. I'm out.